Imagine walking alone through a dark forest. It's the middle of the night. You hear no birds. You hear no wind. There is absolute dead silence. What is your instinct telling you? That there is no life in this forest? Or maybe that everything living in it is holding its breath so it doesn't get eaten. When we look up at the night sky, we see billions of galaxies, and in each of them, hundreds of billions of stars. These are numbers that break the human mind. Our equipment is getting better. Almost every day we discover new worlds, planets eerily similar to Earth, bathed in the light of their suns. The math is literally screaming in our faces. It is physically impossible for us to be alone here. Given this unimaginable vastness, there should be millions of civilizations in our galaxy alone, or at least primitive forms of life slowly crawling out of their oceans. The cosmos should be bursting at the seams. We should be hearing the echoes of their existence and seeing their colossal ships against the nebulae. But we've been listening for decades, and we hear nothing. The cosmos is silent. Where is everybody? An answer so terrifying that you will never look at the stars with peace of mind again. Welcome to the dark forest. Humanity is acting like a naive child. We pressed a giant ear against the wall of the universe. We are waiting for a sign from older brothers who will share their technology with us. But on the other side, there is only static. The cosmic microwave background, the leftover radiation from the Big Bang, or so they tell us. Let's ask a different question. What if this static isn't natural? What if it's a cosmic jammer designed to drown out the screams of dying worlds? Met with no answer, we started doing something very stupid. We sent radio signals, cosmic business cards with our exact address. Our radars and conversations are escaping into space, creating a massive beacon. We yell into the abyss. We are here! Look at us! Why is nobody answering? Because they are too terrified to make a single sound. The universe is not a safe place. It is a jungle. It is a dark forest. Imagine that every civilization is an armed hunter stalking through the trees. He pushes the branches aside very slowly. Because this hunter knows one thing. He is not alone. But what if these hunters aren't even biological beings anymore? Think about it. Flesh and blood are weak. What if the apex predators in our galaxy are cold, ancient artificial intelligences? Machines programmed millions of years ago by long-dead creators to simply sterilize expanding threats. Space is too vast for diplomacy. If you send a "we are friends" signal, it will take a very long time to reach them, depending on how advanced your civilization is. In that time, your new friends might invent a new weapon and destroy your planet. In the dark forest, there is no trust, only cold calculation. What does such a machine do when it sees a flash of light in the dark? When it discovers another civilization? It cannot wait and check their intentions. If the other side notices it first, they might strike. That is why there is only one logical way out in space. If you spot someone in the dark, you shoot to kill. Immediately, no warnings. You remove the threat before it removes you. All intelligent players in the cosmos figured this out a long time ago. Only those who learned to hide in the shadows survived. Silence in space doesn't mean it's empty. That silence means the universe is full of predators with their weapons already locked on target. And now think about us. We walked into a dark forest where the most powerful beings tremble for their lives. And we lit a massive bonfire. We are the perfect target. But I have my own theory, and it's worse than anything you've heard so far. What if we are not being ignored? What if we are not invisible? What if the hunters found us a long time ago and simply decided not to shoot? Not out of mercy, not out of curiosity, out of patience. Think about it. We are a species that split the atom, and the first thing we did was build a bomb. We cracked the code of DNA and immediately started asking how to weaponize it. We created artificial intelligence, and we are already afraid it will replace us. Every tool we build, we first point at each other. Every breakthrough becomes a weapon before it becomes a cure. Every fire we light, we eventually use to burn our own house down. We are our own worst enemy. And maybe that's what the hunters see. Maybe they have seen it before, hundreds of times, thousands. A young civilization discovers fire. It grows. It reaches for the stars, and then, like clockwork, it turns on itself. Every single time. Why would you waste a bullet on the species that is building its own noose? We are a threat to ourselves. We are not in danger from the dark forest. We are in quarantine, and the hunters are just watching, patient, silent. They have seen this movie before. They know how it ends. Maybe the silence in the cosmos is not a warning. Maybe it's a diagnosis. And somewhere in the dark, something very old and very patient adds one more tally mark to a very long list. Waits for the light to go out. And it always does. Unless we were too loud, maybe the bullet has already been fired. Something silent, something invisible, rushing toward us at the speed of light. We will never see it coming. There will be no warning, no explosion in the sky, no last moment. Our universe will simply end. For years, we feared that we were alone in the universe, that this massive cosmos is a dead wasteland. But the truth is much worse. The next time you look up at the night sky and that dead silence hits you, don't treat it as a disappointment. Treat it as a gift. Pray that this silence lasts as long as possible, because the day the cosmos finally answers us will be our last day on Earth. Subscribe to Cosmos Paradox if you have the courage to look deeper into the darkness of the cosmos. See you in the dark.